What is going on, my peeps? Thanks for joining me here. It's just shortly after Christmas. It is the 26th, about 3:15, quarter past 3. Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays. Obviously, the year's almost totally gone. We've got about just under a little under a week left to get those New Year's resolutions ready. Take care of business and hopefully kiss this year goodbye. And I think probably like myself, y'all are mostly very looking forward to 2020. I hope that's the case. Been a while, been really busy, lots of other stuff going on in my life. But Merry Christmas, Rich. Hi, Rich. Glad to see you made it. Anyways, guys, just cut to the chase. We're looking yet again at another Solstice scent. And yes, it does have tobacco in it, but tobacco is, hint, hint, not the all-star of this wonderful fragrance. So this is the bottle. It is a 60 mils. It is Estate Vetiver. As you probably know by now, guys, besides tobacco, much like my man up north, I think he's out of New Hampshire, Maryland, New Jersey, New York area. Drawing a blank now. He's got his own fantastic channel on YouTube. Rich, help me out. Who am I talking about? He always wears the nice jackets. He's got some 2 lovely kids. I'm just drawing a total mental blank here. My bad. I'll type it down below later. I just mental blank. I know his name like the back of my hand. Anyways, he's got a wonderful channel. Check it out. I will text the link down below later. That rarely happens to me. At any rate, he loves vetiver. I love vetiver, but I love tobacco more. Now, one thing about this, guys, you can see how incredibly dark and robust this juice color is. It's just very, very, rich and dark. So let's get into the notes and we'll talk about what I think about it. By the way, and I hate to break this to you now, but I might as well get out of the way. She's the perfumer of Solstice Scents, and I think her name is Linda. Did I get that right? Let me pop over to her website briefly. It's been a while. News, facts. Let me see. Okay. Man, I'm drawing all kinds of blanks today. Anyways, I know her name. I've got just like blankitis today, guys. But anyways, she's the owner and curator, operator, actual maker of the perfumes at Solstice Scents. She has a really cool last name, like French, like one of those, like Devue. Anyways, I'm just all kinds of blanks here. Just never mind. But at any rate, she's made, guys, probably like over 150 cents, literally. I'm not making that up. Like, if you count all the different, because she doesn't just make perfume, she makes oil, she makes incense, I believe, possibly soaps. I think she makes eau de toilettes. I'm not 100, maybe not EDTs. I don't remember that for sure. At any rate, I mainly go to her for her perfumes, and very occasionally I will buy her oils, which are really wonderful, and they have terrific longevity. But she's making some fantastic, absolutely mind-bogglingly delicious perfumes. Please head over to her website when you get a chance, solsticescents.com. Let's get on to the review. So it's going to hit you with loads of organic vetiver from Haiti. So think Haitian vetiver. A touch of vetiver from Sri Lanka, or Sri Lanka, however you want to say it. It's really Sri Lanka. Heavy dose of smooth aged patchouli. Some people were shortening that to patch. Sustainably harvested sandalwood. Top note of tobacco leaf, and a very light touch of lime peel. All atop her wonderful house vanilla, which he calls estate vanilla. Says this primarily natural-based, note-heavy perfume is perfect for those looking for a dirty vanilla and who love vetiver. But in initial application, the tobacco leaf is present and slightly dank, that means wet, but does not last long before it gives way to an explosion of sweetened vetiver and patchouli. So I'm gonna look that up, Rich, before we break. I promise I will. This is just too embarrassing. I know all their names like the back of my hand, but I've got blankitis right now. Okay. If you've never used her wonderful concoctions before from Solstice Scents, SOTD Day promised by Mo. A word about Solstice Scents, guys. They are basically atomic nuclear in strength. I'm not mincing words. Many of you would absolutely get by absolutely fine with one spray. Just you're done. That's it. Even for some of you that like it a bit more robust, 2 sprays max, you're done. Over and out. I can promise you, even if you like it super heavy, I cannot possibly imagine you needing more than 3 spritzes of these under nearly any circumstances. And I just went 4 a while ago because that's me, but I would never ever dream of going more than 4 with her incredibly powerful juice. It's just that ballistically powerful. Do not lightly pass 2 spritzes with her juice. So I just say that for 2 reasons. One, they're very affordable. These are about $85 to $95, give or take. A few, are as cheap as about $70. I take that because they have fewer precious ingredients in them, and she can get by with not charging quite as much. But again, so having said that, guys, this is going to last you like literally years and years into the future, unless you just only use this. You know, you're going to probably have, I'm going to guess, at least 7 to 12 frags in your rotation, and for the most part, just ballpark. Uh, the vast majority of you are going to have many more than that, and it's very few that a legitimate local frag head is going to have just like, say, 4 to 6 in their entire library of rotational scents. So, I say that just to point out that this is extremely affordable at around $85 a bottle. But again, it's going to last you probably half of your lifetime, unless you just go, bananarama with it just on a daily basis. So, it's not like you're going to need like a 400 mils ginormous bottle of this. You're not going to need a 125 mils of this. You're just not. And frankly, she has so much to offer from her wonderful house that is Solstice Scents. You're probably going to want to try other fragrances, other oils, other perfumes, other incense. Again, I think she makes some soaps now. Don't quote me on that. Okay, let's move on to what I think about this. It gets tricky, guys, to categorize certain perfumes because they straddle certain areas that are not normally that delved into in traditional designer fragrance makers. So I would broadly describe this as a intensely gourmand aromatic with a little bit of fougere in there. I know that's a mouthful, but I really don't know else how to categorize this. It's very gourmandy, it's lush, it's pungent, it's aromatic. You do have some green elements from the vetiver in here, which is more of a robust, slightly dry, slightly smoky vetiver. And yet the tobacco, as it opens, is quite moist. So you get that sort of weird mashup, not weird, but a juxtaposition of those elements. You get that smack of sweet vanilla, which I admit, I'm not trying to go in tobacco vanille territory, and I'm not saying this does, but it definitely takes a slight nod towards tobacco vanille. It doesn't smell anything like it, really. I will say this is somewhat reminiscent of Red Tobacco by House of Mancera, and I mean that in a good way. And I think Red is it's a little clearer in its own mind what it wants to be, and it's a little more designery. In a sense, it's a little bit more puristic. This has a lot going on in here, but it's not as readily detectable because the opening is so strong between the moist tobacco, the really sweet vanilla. You do get the vetiver, but in the opening, guys, it's hidden well behind the patchouli, which is just almost subnuclear in strength. But even that is overtaken by the blast of I mean, not tobacco vanilla, by the vanilla and somewhat that moist tobacco. Again, but the patch is certainly accounted for. Very, very powerful. It almost has a slight smoky booziness quality to it. But where I think this really shines, though, guys, is as it gets into the dry down, everything just sort of blends together, and it's this lush, aromatic, slightly tobacco-y, pretty strong on the patchouli, quite decent on the vetiver strength level, and again that vanilla pretty much present into the deep dry down. But what I like about it, it gets softer and softer and softer as far as the vanilla, and the fragrance becomes just a bit more easy to enjoy, not as just constantly being up in your grill, up in your nasal olfactory centers. It becomes a bit more manageable. And really, really, guys, this is a powerhouse performer in the winter and the fall. Absolutely custom made to this time of the year. And it does have some kind of weird holiday vibe thingy going on with it. I think it's probably a combination of the fact that between the vanilla, the moist tobacco, and the vetiver, and whatever else she's thrown in there, it gives off almost a little bit of a smoky, fireplace vibe. I'm not saying it smells like a fireplace, but there's definitely some of that vibe going on. And again, there's that smooth, slightly vanilla sweet tobacco vetiver. And it's just so heady rich, guys. If you like these types of scents, if this at all appeals to your sensibilities, get your hands on Estate Vetiver. End of story. Longevity is phenomenal. I easily get 8 to 12 hours on skin. It's going to push very, very strong for the first 2 to 3 hours. After that, nice push for another 3 to 4 hours. And then after that, a subtle but yet still very present and accounted for push. So, I mean, you're going to get all the performance you could ever humanly need out of a scent, and probably then some. Okay, that's going to do it. That's my thoughts on this fantastic fragrance. Is it perfect? No, but then I'm not sure there are many fragrances out there, even amongst the uber elite, that are like all the way down perfect to the last, atom. I don't think that quite exists. I think you get really, really close, but this is certainly a home run of a fragrance, and it really, really bears checking out. Now, why did I drop this review? Right now, I just found out, guys, that she unfortunately is currently sold out. She makes these in small batches. Now, before you go, Steve, why did you do this? Why are you leading me on? And she doesn't even have it. Bear in mind, guys, she makes these at least, generally, in my experience, annually, and often well, I'm not sure if buy-in, that would be every 2 years, twice a year, whatever that is. She may even make them quarterly, but the point is, don't freak out. She will make you another batch, I guarantee it, and she will always drop you a line if you get on her mailing list. As soon as she gets fresh batches in, she never fails to release a fantastic heads up email, and you can just jump on it as soon as the next batch of this lovely, lovely Estate Vetiver comes in. It's really, really delectable and heady stuff, juice for sure. Now, I had meant to mention Who was that? I think his name's Mark. Is his name Mark? Let's see. I'm gonna find out here real quick. In fact, I know how to do it. Let's see, because he loves Vetiver. I think he just dropped a review online for holiday. This is Sunbird. There he is. Max 40, guys. What am I saying, Mark? Max 40. So check Max 40's wonderful channel. Guys, I just got blankitis today. I apologize. It's Max 40. And then for her name, I don't want to leave without telling you guys the lovely name of this perfumer for the House of Solstice Scents. Solstice Scents. See if I can find that real quick. Okay. Not finding it as easily as I thought I would. Okay, not finding it. Couple last ditch efforts. Base notes. You know how it is, guys. When you want to find something, you just basically can't, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. No, that's not even it. Wow, how embarrassing! Oh my god. Okay, let me try one more do. Yes, found it. Hallelujah. Yes. Angela St. John is her name. That is the wonderful owner and operator and perfumer of Solstice Scents, Angela St. John. So check her lovely website out, guys. That's going to do it. I'm wishing you guys a very, very happy holiday season. Hope I'm not gone as long as I was this previous time. So much going on. I will try to hit you guys back up with a fresh review. I won't wait so long to do that. Anyways, hopefully I will drop some reviews before we get to the new year. If not, for whatever reason, I wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year. But like I said, I will try to get back before then. Thank you, Rich, and other people. If you've stayed in the rafters, not chiming in, that's your prerogative. Catch me on the rebound. Love you guys. Keep on spraying what smells good to you. Spray well, spray often. Live life on your terms and not someone else's. Peace out. Catch you on the rebound.